everyone and welcome back. In this video I will be teaching you how to play Chopin's Nocturne Op. 72 number 1. The first thing that you should know is the E minor scale, and it's like this. And from that scale, Chopin is going to pick the first chord, which is C minor, and he's going to do the inversion here, first inversion, second inversion, then get rid of E and come up with this melody. Descending from the scale. Let's get up to there. Now, to harmonize this, think about it. We use the E minor chord here when we started, and we'll use the same chord on the left hand. So we're going to bring all these notes down here. E minor and E minor without the G there, but this is what we're going to use. And then we'll use the C there to instigate on the chord and create this type of dissonant chord. Also, if you group these notes, you could think on a C major 7 if that helps. It's the same thing, okay? I don't like to call it with the chord because I think he's using it more as a passing tone. So that's why I prefer to think it's an E minor with a C on it. Okay, so we have E, B, G, E, C, and then B. And I'll do it again. 5, 2, 1, 4, 1, 2. And that's it. Now the pedaling for this, you play the first note, pedal down. You go through the whole 2 groups and then back, pedal up and down there again, and do it again. So he wrote piano here, so keep it light. So do, 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 do. Okay, andante, move it. Do, 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 do. For me, that's the ideal speed, but you could do it slower, you could do it faster. It's up to you. And try to play legato. So notice that sometimes I play the finger inside and then I take it out and then inside, same place, C and B, and then go back. All of this with the pedal down, okay? Now to do it together, you have the first group, and you could first count the triplets. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then it's gonna repeat the same rhythm. Also, you could count 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we'll put it together. Alright? The next thing I want to say is that when you play this, you could first, when you start, you could feel a little bit the intervals. Dee, dee, da, dee, da, dee, and then go for it. Okay? Now, once the right hand starts, you could play this one in between. Let's say if you run this one time, next time. Once you get to B, you put this B here and then match that. Now here you match the F sharp, C, E, B, and D sharp. Right there, we're gonna switch. And notice that this is what we call a 3 against 2 polyrhythm. So we do this F sharp together, left, right, left, and then we get here. Okay? So I'm going to play these 2 measures for you very slowly so you can see it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to switch. Okay? We use the E minor chord, and that's all there is there. And now we're going to use to the 5th chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a B major there, but we're going to also add the 7th note, which is the A. So we're going to use the B7 there for the harmony. And for this, we just play the D for this part. After you did this, we get there. Notice that on top of the line, when you do this, it says espressivo there, and below it says dolce, so it has to be sweet, but also remember when it says espressivo means a little bit more sound to it. It should not be like too light, so just with expression, right? Now because we have a D sharp there, we're going to use the same chord, but the thing is, Chopin is going to arrange these notes in this way. F sharp below is here, the B is here, and the A is here. Okay? And then he's going to repeat the F there, C and B. So we have this. Same C here, and back to B, right? Remember the notes here. The F from the chord, the B from the chord, then we have the A from the chord, F, C is outside, and then back. So notice that they are the same notes, F, B, A, F, C is outside the chord and back. And we could do the triplet feel. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And if we do it together, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, that's it. After this, we're gonna go back to the 1 chord, which is C minor, but he'll use these notes in this way. G, B, G. Then we have E, C, B. Ba, di, da, di, da, di. That's it. Okay? So one time we have the B7, E minor again. And that's it. Now if we do it together here, we're going to have another melody. After the D sharp, we count 3 pulses. 3, bum, ba, di. We have these 2 notes, E, C, and B. Okay? Against all this on the left hand. Alright, now let's put it together. So the D sharp matches. Play this. We match the E, B, and then C by itself. We're gonna get there. And that C, eventually it will be quick. Okay? Now let's play all this line. So we have from the beginning 1, 2, 3, 4. Melody. Polyrhythm. And we get there. Now those are the first 3 measures. So when I play this, I like to feel sometimes a little bit the intervals. So I might do this, and then go for it. Speed up, slow down a little bit. In other words, retain sometimes and sometimes speed up according to how you feel this should go. Okay? Now let's continue. Now after we did this progression, E minor to B7, to E minor. Okay? 1, 5, 1. Now we're gonna continue there, but not only we're gonna use the B7, but we're gonna also use that C there sometimes. Okay? And the left hand he'll come up with is the D sharp, B, A, F, C, B. It's the same notes from B7 one time. And now once we did the melody, but it matches there. Okay, and then the right hand's gonna come in. So, and this is measure 4, the first part. Okay, now let's continue there. And after this left hand, we're gonna have E minor again, same from before. So 4th measure left hand, we have this E minor, and that's it. Okay. Now if we play the 4th measure, we have the B here. Now the melody is gonna be like this. Okay. Now what he'll do is play the B and then add thirds to the melody. And I'll tell you the fingers. So I do 1, and then I do 2, 3, and 5, 2 and 4. Then I skip this one, 2 and 3. Switch here to 4. Then I'll do 1, 3. Switch here again, and then I do 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, or 2, 3. There you go. I move quickly. See. I substitute here. When I play here, substitute, play here, substitute, and then there. Depending on your level, you might find that difficult. It's easier after you do it a few times. All of these are polyrhythms again, 3 against 2, so we're going to try it together. So we have at the same time here. Now here we're going to play the C, we have the F in between, B, and then we do together. Left, right, left, together. Left, right, left, together. Okay, I'll do it once again. So together, first one, measure 4. So now, right, left, together. Left, right, left, together. Left, right, left, together. Okay, now if I do it up to speed, it will be something like this. Okay, and notice here, da, da, dee, da, da, da. Try to sing there. Da, da. Okay, let's continue now. We have the left hand for that, and here notice we have the B major again chord, the 5th. And then he's going to go to this E and G, which is like a half step up and then back. Okay, the left hand is going to do B, B from the same chord, and then he's going to do B again here, that half step there, and then resolves here to the same chord. So I'm going to play very slowly. So we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Pedal. You could change it when you have the half step. Da, dee, dee. Change it there. Change it there. And it has to feel like a triplet. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3. All of this you can practice like that. When you do it together, it matches, so it's easy. So we have this. Much here. Much here. If you sing the interval, don, don, dee, dee, don, dee, dee, dee. Always remember that the piano is an extension of yourself. So, don, don, dee, dee, don, and then release. Now here we have the D sharp, and he do crescendo here, and release. If you do this measure, and then we're going to clean the air a little bit because we're going to switch to a different chord. Okay, so maybe what I'll do is play all this measure, 5 measures all together very slowly so you can see it. So let's start from here. So we do this. Notice it's a long line. It starts here. Three against 2. March. March here. Afterwards, march. Now, right, left together. Left, right, left together. Left, right, left together. Together here. Together here. And that's it. Maybe what I'll do next is play it, so I can give you a few options how to play it. So you can start kind of thinking and feeling each interval. So a little bit slower like this. Now faster. There. Get there. And then clean it up once you get there. Okay, it's important you practice the left hand a lot because I think it's the most difficult part of this nocturne. So to practice, I find very useful to do emphasis on the triplet. 1, 2, 3, there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If you have to do it slower, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, like this. Let's say if we practice the other one, you do. Have a sense where the beat is. This mean you're gonna play like this just for practicing purposes. And then maybe each one of those do rhythms of the speed. So let's say you could do slow, quick, like that, opposite, or the whole triplet, or you could do the whole passage. If you cannot do it like this, it's not necessary, but it will help. So then once you go back to slow, okay, it's very simple. Also, when you play this note, sometimes I grab it inside and go outside, outside, inside. Then change the hand here, go outside, inside, outside. So it's a lot of movements like this going in and out. Okay. This also you could think it as a chord here altogether. So you have to go down here and then up, down here and then up. After you get these movements, try to forget about them and do it naturally. The reason we're explaining this is if for some reason you get stuck, you know how to solve it here, but I'm not sure, maybe you don't have any problems with this. Okay, now let's continue, and for the next part we're gonna have a very simple melody starting on B. We have a long B afterwards, then we go for a C sharp and D. Okay, now for that we're gonna use the G major scale, which is like this. And once we have the B on top on the melody, we'll add the D from that chord, from the G major. So we'll have this. Then also we're going to use the G7. So that's what we have here. First G, then a G7, and then we're going to switch here. And as you can see here, you have an F sharp major there. So chords for this will be this one first, G. Then with the G7, first chord of the scale, and then we're going to drop all of this a half step, and we'll have an F sharp 7. So the right hand is going to use some of those notes from the chord, so let's do it. So we have this, and we get here, and here we're going to change to B minor. So let's do it again. We're supposed to ring more the top line, so we have the B there. Now a little bit more here, more on the B, F sharp below, out of those two C sharp, and then we get here. Okay, and the left is going to be a combination of the G major chord and also this chord, the F sharp 7. So we're going to go through it. So if we have it like this, left hand will end up like this: G, D, B, then G, E, D. It's kind of the same pattern, just in a different key. That's it. And then afterwards we'll use this one, F sharp 7. So what we'll do is here an octave, and we get to C sharp, and that's it. That's the whole measure. Do, di, do, do. I like fifth finger here, and then leaping to B. Okay, last time for this. It's important that you change always on the bass note, change the pedal, change here, and change here. Now once you do it together, if you're coming from before, you need to make a little pause on the change, because this is supposed to start a piano. So let's say we start here, we run the left hand together here, we match F sharp, crescendo, a little bit more sound, get here to B minor. Okay, now if I play a little bit from before, we have this. We release, take a little time here, piano. Alright, Okay, I think it's a good idea that I play this 6th measure very slowly for you. So we go here, much, increment the sound, more, and we get here. Alright, now once we have this here, it's going to repeat measure 7, the same thing. So we play the B and D there, 2 pulses, so we have 1, 2 again, and then we get here. Okay, this is an interval again. Now, this is based on the B minor chord here. And if you go to the 3rd degree, 1, 2, 3, there you have it from the G major scale, 3rd degree. Now, what we'll do is just this on the right hand, 2, yum, pa, then it's going to change. But the left hand pattern is going to use these notes on the same way that we've been using it. So we have the 10th there, and it does this. I will go up to there, so now we're gonna have a little turn here to this to get us to a diminished chord. There you have it. Okay, so we have little turn, and that's all there is. So let me play it one last time slowly. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. What I like to do here is group them, so I group them this plus the B, and then a little turn, and then diminish. That makes it simple for me to memorize it. So when you do it together, remember that we start in B minor, so we'll match this. Little turn, diminish now. Match, and then we're gonna switch here. Okay, that will be measure 7. Measure 8. Look, you can see here I'm playing C sharp and B, and remember the chord that was involved in this. It was like this. Now what we did is raise. We're doing a SAS chord there, so this is called F sharp SAS 7. So now what he'll do is use these 2 intervals. Then he's gonna do resolve it to A sharp and B. Alright? So for the left it's fairly simple because we have this chord, same one we were working on, and we have this pattern. Same turn, but the only thing here now is we're gonna descend the same with the same chord. So we have all of this F sharp, 7 there. Turn, and then we descend the same way. Less sound. Fingers 5, 1, then 3, 2, 1, 2, 1. All right there. So let's do measure 8 together. So we have this. It's important that you bring that B. It's important there. So you could do an inside line there with the note that's creating the suspension. So we match it there. Body turn. Release here, and we go less and less now. Poco alargando, and we get back to B7. Okay. Now I'm gonna play measure 7, 8 very slowly. So we have this. More sound, more tension, sus chord, release, and we get to B. Alright? Now melody from there is gonna be, and then we get to this part with octaves, same melody again. Now the thing here is you could do a little bit of a retardando, and then you get there medium loud. So I mentioned that we're gonna use the B7 chord, and you can see it here on the left hand. B, B, F sharp. There you have it with the A. Now it's gonna switch a little bit. Do these 2 passing tones. Passing tone again. In In other words, it's always using do, di, do, di, do, di, but the line is below, so watch for that. Line below is A, G, F sharp, and back to the beginning with octaves more intense. One last time, and notice this. You could say, okay, that's a B7, and when you get here, do, di, do, that's like a C major, do, di, do, do, di. Here you have like an F sharp diminished. Okay, now let's do it together. Together here, together here, crescendo, and we get here to E. Okay. Alright, these are the first 9 measures, so let's try to play them very slowly so you can see them all. So, increase there, get there, here, take your time, a little bit different color, crescendo, yum, suspension, release, and we go back. I hope this video was helpful, and if you enjoyed, subscribe. Also, thank you very much, and all my supporters from Patreon and Buy Me a Coffee.